Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for Android App Arena is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.
This is Android App Arena episode 17 for Friday, October 17th, 2014. Alarm clocks. This episode is brought to you by SmartThings, the easiest way to create a smart home. SmartThings lets you control your home using your smartphone from anywhere. For 10% off any home security or solution kit, visit smartthings.com/twit and use the code TWIT10. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Android App Arena. I'm your host, Jason Howell. Today, we're going to spend a little time with something that, I ain't going to lie, I don't enjoy very much, waking up to an alarm. Thankfully, I have a pretty good internal alarm, which means I rarely have to actually use an alarm clock to get up in the morning. Either that or my two children act as my alarm by whispering into my ear at the crack of dawn, something along the lines of, "Daddy, it's time to wake up." And as cute as that alarm clock is, if I had it my way, I'd still wake up on my own, of course. But I understand completely that it's pretty important to get up on time, and all the categories of apps for mobile devices, thankfully, there's an abundance of choice when it comes to alarm clock apps. So today's 3 apps all aim to make sure that you get up on time in the morning, and they tackle it in similar but distinct ways. So let's jump right in and take a look at 3 excellent alarm clock apps for Android in this week's Roundup. First up is an alarm clock app so well designed, even Google had to get into the action by buying the company that made it. The app is called Timely, and it's renowned for its beautiful and colorful approach. First, Timely sports 3 separate modes, each with their own colorful themes. There's a stopwatch, so you can use Timely to track your performance in the 100-meter dash or turn it into a timer when you're cooking your top ramen in the kitchen. Setting the timer is done with the stylized dial right here. You just drag your finger around the dial for minute increments, and you can add 15 seconds down here. You'll likely forget what you were doing, however, as you lose yourself in the morphing numbers and floating bubbles in the background. Seriously, this app looks that good. Swipe to the left for the clock mode, which can be tweaked to show a few analog styles and 1 digital readout as well. And another swipe to the left shows the alarm mode with its vertical layout of the times of the day. Now, each alarm you see here is actually synced via my Google account, and that's one of the awesome features of Timely. The app actually syncs across all of your devices. So not only does it keep track of the alarms you've set on other devices, the alarm will ring on any devices you select, synchronized through the cloud to the second. The Smart Rise feature is based on advanced sleep cycle theory and plays a faint and slow fading song 30 minutes before your scheduled alarm to bring you out of a deep sleep and prepare you for the real alarm. You can also make it more difficult to turn off your alarm by assigning a challenge, from a math problem to a random pattern to a matching challenge. And all modes can be personalized with their own unique color themes set by you. It's feature-rich, yet designed in a tight and cohesive way. Check out Timely for free in the Play Store. Next up, expanding on the Smart Rise feature of Timely is an app that goes deep into the world of sleep tracking. If you want an alarm app that integrates with other hardware that you might own, then Sleep as Android might be the one for you. Think of Sleep as Android as the sleep app that literally does it all. Sure, it'll wake you up in the morning, but any alarm clock app can do that. What Sleep as Android does differently is it also tackles the getting to sleep problem, as well as providing tools for improving and tracking the quality of your sleep. So when it's time to go to bed, you can set Sleep as Android to play what the app calls a lullaby, though really they are things like mountain stream sounds, ocean beach, an old clock, chants of Tibet, all to help you fall asleep. In sleep tracking mode, you lay down in bed and set the phone beside you. Sleep as Android will actually use the mic to track the quality of your sleep throughout the night. If you snore or have a hard time breathing, maybe you're a bit restless, the app will track these as notable events, and the next day you can take a look at graphs and detailed stats. It shows you the percentage of time it determines you to be in a deep sleep, and this could likely help to inform you as to why you're so dang tired all the time. When it comes time to wake up, Sleep as Android can determine the best time to wake you up based on your sleep phase information. It can also do things like present a CAPTCHA that you must type out in order to deactivate the alarm. There's integration with Pebble watches and Android Wear watches that enables things like a snore interrupter that vibrates your wrist when it detects you snoring, and more. There's even Philips Hue integration to enable your Hue bulbs to slowly fade on like a sunrise, timed with your alarms. Honestly, there's far too many features to cover here. Just taking a look through the settings is a bit of a chore, but if you take the time to tweak it over time, Sleep as Android could really help cue you in on the quality of sleep that you deserve. You can find Sleep as Android for free with a 2-week trial of the advanced sleep tracking options, or for $4.49, you can unlock it all. Find this Android original in the Play Store now. Now, let's take a detour into a land where nothing is sacred, where the only thing more important than life itself is making sure you wake up on time without fail. The app is called Alarmy, Sleep If You Can. And if that title doesn't clue you in on what's in store for you, well, you've got another thing coming. Alarmy is perfect for 22-year-old me, who actually tuned my radio alarm clock to FM static, boosted the volume to maximum level, and positioned the clock across the room, all in an effort to make sure I got up when I needed to. Alarmy can be used as your run-of-the-mill alarm clock, of course, but you can also add a challenge into the mix. Again, nothing new, as the previous 2 apps on the show allowed you to do similar things. For instance, shaking the phone to deactivate the alarm. But what Alarmy includes is a mode that requires you to take an identical picture with your camera on your phone in order to turn off the alarm. You can set the difficulty by adjusting the accuracy setting here. When setting up an alarm, selecting the Take a Picture method then brings you to an interface that allows you to snap pictures from around your house. Make it super challenging. Snap a picture of that den in the basement or the front step outside, or heck, how about the mailbox? Then you can assign it to the alarm, and then when you're blasted awake by the alarm in the morning, the only thing that will turn that noise off is for you to go to the location specified and snap a picture that closely matches the source image. If you do that, you're presented with a friendly little weather update. Time to brew up some coffee. And if after all of that walking or running and image composition isn't enough to keep those eyelids open, then maybe there's only so much in this world that your phone can actually do for you. But for the rest of us, I'd say Alarmy, Sleep If You Can, will live up to its name. There's a free ad-supported version, and for $1.71, you can remove the ads. Find Alarmy right now in the Play Store. Now, real quick before we move on, Sleep as Android is so deep that I barely scratched the surface in my review. Things I missed, things like nap mode to quickly set a nap alarm on the fly, noise recordings, if you want to record the audio of your sleep in order to determine what exactly resulted in your bad sleep. Pretty good analysis tool there. A bunch of add-ons like cloud backup of the data and more lullaby options, bedtime notification to make sure you get enough sleep each night. It actually notifies you and says, get to bed right now if you want 8 hours of sleep or whatever you put in there. Super thorough app. For the sleep tracking super fan, if that's you, you might as well go out and grab that. Now, it's a roundup, so I'm not really going to pick a winner today because they each kind of bring with them unique functionality that will appeal to everyone differently. So thankfully, all 3 are awesome. You really can't go wrong. Let's take a minute to thank the sponsor of today's episode. SmartThings is the easiest way to control and automate your home with your smartphone. With SmartThings, you can secure your home for a fraction of the cost of a traditional home security system. You can stay connected to your family by getting notifications when people come and go. Control and automate your lights, small appliances from wherever you are. I mean, you can be notified if there's unexpected entry or movement in your home, get instant alerts to prevent a small leak from causing a major flood. And getting started with SmartThings is actually very easy. SmartThings offers 3 smart home security kits, which are designed to help you protect and monitor your home. SmartThings has also introduced 4 brand new solution kits, which help you achieve specific goals like automating lights, saving energy, or protecting your home from leaks. There's even a maker kit to connect and integrate your Arduino projects. Each kit includes a SmartThings hub, which I actually have right here. This tiny little thing is the SmartThings hub, and it's the brains of the operation with everything you need to turn your home into a smart home in as little as 15 minutes, including a new and improved update of SmartThings Zigbee sensors. In addition to SmartThings' own sensors and outlets, you can also add hundreds of other home automation devices from popular companies: GE, Schlage, Honeywell, Eon, Nest Thermostat, Dropcam, Philips Hue, Wemo, and Sonos. But the really powerful thing about SmartThings is that it's an open platform, which literally means it's compatible with hundreds of devices, and there are thousands of things that you can do with the product. To discover them, simply download the free SmartThings iOS or Android app, one app that has limitless possibilities inside. To get started creating your smart home, visit smartthings.com/twit. And you can save 10% off the purchase price of any home security or solution kit by entering the code TWIT10 at checkout. When you use TWIT10, solution kits start as low as $170, and home security kits start at $350. You also get free shipping within the U.S. That's smartthings.com/twit. And remember to use the code TWIT10 at checkout. All right, moving on. Normally in the next segment, I like to feature an app that just bursted on the scene, and usually it's an app that everyone seems to be talking about. But this week, with Google announcing the next version of Android along with its long-awaited name, Lollipop, I thought it might be a good time to take a look at an old classic that really keeps with the spirit of what Google is doing right now. Let's take a look at this week's Hot to Trot. No doubt by now you've seen some of Google's new ads on the web in anticipation of the upcoming release of Lollipop. That's version 5.0 of Android. It's filled with unique Android characters, all dressed differently with all types of physiques, accessories, dancing to irresistible music. If you've seen the album art for my other Android show, All About Android, you've seen 3 characters in the same style for me and my co-hosts Gina Trapani and Ron Richards. The app we used to create those characters just got a big update, and with Google's new ads appearing all over the place, it's due time to revisit the app called Androidify. That way, you too can make a little Android that resembles your unique persona. It's super easy to use. You begin with the green Android that we're also used to seeing nowadays. You can make it taller, shorter, pudgy, or a waif. There are an assortment of skin color options, an abundance of clothing options from some of the hottest lumberjack shirt styles to dresses, bikinis. There's even a way to make your Androidify character all tatted up or dressed up like Santa Claus or buff. A huge assortment of pants, shorts, underwear if you prefer the risky business look, shoes, hairstyles. And don't worry, you neck-bearded hipsters, there are a bunch of options for you too. Sorry, no fixies though. I mean, I could go on with the accessories because the update adds literally hundreds of new items to the customization pool. The point Google is making with its latest ad campaign around Android is that everyone is different, and Android as a platform caters to that with its wide array of hardware and customization options. So Androidify allows you to combine all the elements that make you unique. And the best part, when your character is all done, make them dance. There are a ton of dance moves to pick from. Whoop, there it is indeed. Androidify is a Google product, so yes, it's undeniably a part of their marketing campaign, but after 2 years of using it myself, and especially with the new features, I still totally enjoy getting lost in my little geek out session with Androidify. Find it for free in the Play Store. I don't know why, I just love that app. It's so much fun to play with. Okay, folks, please keep sending your favorite app submissions to arena@twit.tv. I read through all of them, and it's really helpful for me for this show to pick out apps that I've missed. So thank you for doing that, and please continue to do so. Find us on Reddit to vote for your favorite apps in many different categories at androidapparena.reddit.com. Of course, you can search for Android App Arena on Google Plus to find the community there, and you can download and subscribe to the show anytime by visiting twit.tv/arena. And don't forget to check out the live viewing party. That's every Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific at live.twit.tv with the edited episode appearing in the feeds later that day. All right, that's it, folks. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Jason Howell, and I'll see you next week in the arena.